Hello. As we enter our 60s, our bodies begin to change and health problems become more common, including high blood pressure, also known as hypertension. This is a disease that many older people suffer from and often has no obvious symptoms. However, if high blood pressure is not detected and treated promptly, it will lead to serious complications such as cardiovascular disease, stroke, kidney failure, and many other health problems. So, how to identify the signs of high blood pressure accurately and promptly? In today's video, I will share with you 7 signs of high blood pressure that you need to know after the age of 60. Early identification of these signs can help you prevent and control the disease effectively, thereby protecting your cardiovascular health and reducing the risk of dangerous diseases. I'm Dr. Emily Tran, a geriatric health expert, and I'll help you recognize the signs of high blood pressure to better protect your health. Let's explore with me now. 1. Severe headaches. Headaches are one of the typical signs of high blood pressure. However, not everyone who has headaches has high blood pressure, but if you often have severe headaches, especially in the back of the head or forehead, it could be a sign of high blood pressure. Why are headaches a sign of high blood pressure? When your blood pressure is high, the blood vessels in the brain will be under greater pressure and may be stressed, causing a headache. In particular, when blood pressure is too high, small blood vessels in the brain can rupture, causing a severe headache. If you feel a headache accompanied by other symptoms, such as nausea or blurred vision, it's time to pay attention and check your health immediately. Benefits of recognizing this sign. Detecting severe headaches related to high blood pressure helps you see a doctor promptly, so that your doctor can provide appropriate treatment to reduce blood pressure and prevent dangerous complications, such as stroke or cerebrovascular accident. How to recognize this sign. Severe headache in the back of the head or forehead. Headache that lasts for a long time without a clear cause. Headache accompanied by nausea or blurred vision. Headache that occurs suddenly without external factors. 2. Dizziness and lightheadedness. Another sign of high blood pressure is dizziness or lightheadedness, especially when you change position, such as standing up suddenly. You may feel like you are losing your balance, spinning, or have a feeling that you are about to fall. Why is dizziness a sign of high blood pressure? High blood pressure increases the pressure in your blood vessels and can reduce blood flow to your brain, leading to dizziness and a feeling of imbalance. When your blood pressure is too high, your brain may not get enough blood, causing you to feel lightheaded, dizzy, or even lose your balance. Benefits of recognizing this sign. Dizziness and lightheadedness can be a sign that your blood pressure is very high, and if left unchecked, it can progress to more serious conditions. Recognizing this sign early will help you check your blood pressure and get treatment promptly. How to recognize this sign. Feeling dizzy or lightheaded when changing positions, such as standing up suddenly. Loss of balance. Feeling like you are about to fall when moving. Dizziness or feeling dizzy for no apparent reason. 3. Unexplained fatigue. If you feel unusually tired, especially when you are not overworked or engaged in strenuous physical activities, it can be a sign of high blood pressure. Persistent fatigue for no apparent reason is a warning symptom that you may be having a blood pressure problem. Why is fatigue a sign of high blood pressure? When blood pressure is high, the heart has to work harder to pump blood through the blood vessels, making your body feel tired. In addition, lack of stable blood pressure can also reduce energy, making you feel weak and tired even when not overworked. Benefits of recognizing this sign. Fatigue is a warning sign of high blood pressure, helping you to get your blood pressure checked early, to detect the disease in time, and have appropriate treatment methods, minimizing complications. How to recognize this sign. Feeling tired all the time for no apparent reason. Lack of energy to do daily tasks. Feeling weak even though you haven't been very active. Feeling lethargic and not wanting to do anything, even when doing light work. 4. Chest pain or heaviness in the chest. Chest pain or heaviness in the chest can be a sign of high blood pressure, especially if you feel your heart pounding or irregularly. This can happen when your blood pressure is high and your heart has to work harder to pump blood through your blood vessels. Why is chest pain a sign of high blood pressure? When your blood pressure is high, your heart has to work harder to pump blood through your blood vessels, resulting in a sharp pain or heaviness in your chest. If this pain occurs frequently, especially if it is accompanied by symptoms such as shortness of breath, dizziness, or blurred vision, you should see a doctor immediately. Benefits of recognizing this sign. Chest pain is an important sign that helps you recognize serious high blood pressure. Early detection helps you intervene promptly and reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease or stroke. How to recognize this sign. A feeling of heaviness, stabbing pain, or a feeling of pressure in the chest. Chest pain accompanied by shortness of breath, dizziness, or blurred vision. Chest pain that lasts or increases with physical activity. 5. Blurred vision or seeing bright spots. Blurred vision or seeing bright spots can be a sign of high blood pressure, especially when high blood pressure affects the blood vessels in the eyes. You may see bright spots or feel blurred vision even without any external impact. Why is blurred vision a sign of high blood pressure? When blood pressure is high, the small blood vessels in the eyes can be damaged or ruptured, causing blurred vision or seeing bright spots. This is a warning sign that your blood pressure is affecting important parts of your body, including your eyes. Benefits of recognizing this sign. Blurred vision is a warning sign of high blood pressure, helping you identify the problem early and check your blood pressure to avoid eye complications. How to recognize this sign. Blurred vision or seeing bright spots in your vision, feeling like your eyes are blurry or can't see clearly. Temporary loss of vision when changing positions or standing up suddenly. 6. Nosebleeds or bleeding gums. Nosebleeds or bleeding gums can be a sign of high blood pressure, especially when high blood pressure causes small blood vessels in the body to rupture. Why is bleeding a sign of high blood pressure? High blood pressure increases the pressure on blood vessels, especially small blood vessels in the nose or gums, leading to bleeding. If you notice this happening frequently, check your blood pressure immediately. Benefits of recognizing this sign. Nosebleeds and bleeding gums can be signs that your blood pressure is very high and need timely intervention. How to recognize this sign. Nosebleeds or bleeding gums without any obvious reason. Frequent bleeding, even without strong impact. 7. High blood pressure during health check. The simplest way to identify high blood pressure is to check your blood pressure regularly. If your blood pressure test results are always higher than normal, that is the clearest sign of high blood pressure. Why is checking your blood pressure important? Checking your blood pressure regularly helps you identify high blood pressure early and take measures to intervene before the disease progresses to a more serious level. Benefits of checking your blood pressure regularly. Detecting high blood pressure early and treating it promptly helps you monitor your blood pressure and maintain it at a stable level. Creates conditions to prevent cardiovascular diseases and strokes. How to do it. Check your blood pressure every 6 months or as directed by your doctor. If you have symptoms or a medical history, check your blood pressure more often. So you have learned 7 signs of high blood pressure that you need to know after the age of 60. If you notice any of these signs, do not hesitate to check your blood pressure immediately to detect the disease early and treat it promptly. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this information useful, do not forget to click like and share it with your friends.